Oh yeah, we got a treat for you today. Let's get it cracking. Alright, you guys can see what it is. This is the competitive budget deck I like to play when I want to lock my opponent down and really control the game. This is more of a slow burn, but it has the ability to OTK really quick. Alright, so let's hop right into it. We got 3 Ice Bell. This is the starter you want to see. We got 2 Glass. This is what she adds. And a lot of the time, what happened before is after you made your initial Crystal Wing, unless you were playing multiples of your Snowbell, that's basically where it ended. You were maybe able to, later in the game, go into a Clear Wing or another level 7 Wind. But for the most part, after that initial Crystal Wing, unless you were running more of those, that was the end of your WindWitch engine. Now, with the new support, we got Freeze Bell, who has the same effect. She can be added through Glass Bell's effect. And just like Snowbell, last line of text, Synchro Material, a Wind Synchro monster that was summoned using this card as a Synchro Material cannot be destroyed by battle. What her effect is you're able to increase this card's level by 1 during the main phase, if you would like to. So you were able to go into another 8, which I will get into later. Three Alistair, no less. Now, you can play with these if you like. I play the 2 Meltdown and the 2 Invocation. I like to play 2 just in case one gets banished. You're still able to go. 3 is never needed because they recycle so easily. So that's it for the Invoked engine. The Magispector engine. So this is budget. There's not any hand traps or anything crazy in this deck. Of course, you can play with these numbers if you do have Ash Blossoms. I will show you some alternatives to Ash and Nibiru and Lightning Storms and all that good stuff in the side deck. So we got 3 Bambuku, 2 Toad, 2 Yada, 2 QB, and 1 Necromata. So I really don't like this cat. You can toss it. And one of these Bambukus. To be honest, this is how I like to play. 2 of each of these. 2 of all these because that's how you get your ties. These are all your ties targets. And also, if you do run out, or you just have an extra one of these and you need to see some of these, you can also ties your Glass Bell. And I haven't checked yet, but I believe if you increase your Freeze Bell to a 4, she would be a ties target as well. So you might be able to do that just to, I don't know, just extra synergy for you guys to think about. So that's that for the Magispector monsters. Then we play 2 Field. We play 2 for a reason I'll show you later. 2 Cyclone, 2 Tempest, 2 Tornado. Those are just my favorite ones, and I don't want to clog them up too much. I want to see some of my monsters. There's not too much draw power in this deck. We play the Terraforming and the Set Rotation because we play Secret Village of the Spellcasters. This is how you stinge out your opponents all your monsters are spellcasters. You just set rotation, bring out the Pegasus on their side, and you put villagers on your side, or, you know, if you hard draw it, or you terraforming, up to you. We play the Moon Mirror Shield. So I didn't know if you guys knew this, but all Magispectors cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects. So if you add the Moon Mirror Shield and they can't out this, let's say they can't use their Twin Twisters or whatever, they don't have a spellcaster, you get spellcasters of the village up. Either way, they can't out this. They're not outing your monster because it cannot be targeted, cannot be destroyed, and then you won't be able to attack over it. So that's just some nice little stinge. And then the 3 ties. And that's it. That's 40 cards even. That's why I said, if you guys want to play with the numbers, play with the numbers. Fit in your Ash Blossoms or your side deck cards. This is a Tornado Dragon I was actually able just to get from a buddy. I actually never had one of these, so finally got my Tornado Dragon. And I threw it right in here, right where it belongs. Tornado Dragon, only XYZ. This is budget, so if you guys have your Utopia packages, go for it. I'm not going to tell you go out and buy a Utopia package if you don't have one. You can work with whatever you got to work with. Like I said, with your Moon Mirror Shields, you'll be able to attack over anything anyways. So just pilot your deck properly and use your resources properly. And it's basically built to get over anything. You got your WindWitch package. So the initial play you want to make, you're going to use up your Winter Bell, do your damages and stuff, and then go into your Crystal Wing. Now, if you're able to go into the play again, this is the new support for the extra deck, Diamond Bell. So if this card is synchro summoned, you can target one WindWitch monster in your graveyard, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half its attack. So that's a way to burn another 1200 if you target your WindWitch Winter Bell. You can only use the effect of WindWitch Diamond Bell once per turn. Once per turn, if your opponent takes battle or effect damage, which it just did, you can target one card on the field and destroy it. If you control this card that was synchro summoned using only WindWitch monsters as material, you can use this effect up to twice per turn. So that's really good. 2800 attack beat stick too. Not too shabby. And then your choice of another level 7, because you will be able to make it. Alright, so that's it for your synchros and your XYZ. Next up for the fusion, I play the one Kaliga. It comes up all the time. You have to use one of your Alistairs with one of your Alistairs. It is what it is. And actually, a lot of people don't understand this card. And you're actually able to shut quite a bit of decks down. So if you catch somebody slacking, not reading cards, you can really throw them for a loop. Since most of your monsters are wind monsters, we play the 2 Regen. You could up this to 3 if you'd like. Deck space is deck space, so if you're trying to play a little bit of everything, you might only want to play 2. I play the one Crocitus, just because with Splites coming in the format and Marincess, just a lot, you see a lot more water cards nowadays, so just figured. And she's basically a super heavy samurai where she can attack from defense, in case you didn't know. We got the Purgatrio, because everybody has Ash Blossom. Makaba, because everybody has Veilers. We got this guy, because I don't know how to spell his name. I've actually never pulled him out yet. I just bought him. Yeah, I'm excited. So, I'll read you this card in case you guys don't know who he is either. So if this card is special summon, so it takes Alistair and 1 fusion monster, which you will have plenty of, and everybody has fusion monsters nowadays, so If this card is special summoned or a monster is special summoned to your opponent's field, you can target one monster your opponent controls, destroy it. You can only use this effect once per turn. Once per turn, you can banish one fusion monster from your graveyard. This card gains attack equal to that banished monster's attack until the end of your opponent's turn. So that is also a nice way to go for damage and go for game as well. And then you got your Invoked Elysium. Like I said, budget. So I just threw in a couple rares, a Nightmare Phoenix and a Great Fly. Obviously, if you have the wind, I forget what she's called, what her name is, but the wind level 2, that I think she floats and she searches another wind. But either way, this boosts all your wind monsters. So because all your Magispectors are so low, 12, I believe 15 is the highest. Yeah, 15 for Magispector Fox is the highest. So it'll boost it to 2k. Can't be targeted or destroyed. 2000 attack. Not bad, just in case you run out of your spell and traps and you actually got to try and start beating over stuff. It's nothing too crazy. Like I said, use what you have. It's just budget. Not trying to tell you guys to go out and buy anything. You can do damage playing this deck as it is. Alright, so budget options for side deck. You know your Veilers. Just go get your commons. Your DD Crows, get your commons. Don't worry about anything too crazy. Ghost Ogres, never been too crazy in price, but I feel everybody already has Ghost Ogres. So if you have them, use them. Lancias, you grab some commons. All these, I gotta re-look into all these. I forget exactly what they all do. But, yeah, anyways. Don't use Nib. You can't afford Nib because this is a budget deck. We ain't even worried about that. You can get through without it. Like here, barrier statues. You could always throw a couple barrier statues in if you wanted to main deck those. Unfortunately, they're winged beasts. If they were spellcasters, it'd be too nice because then you could just ties. So go for your wind kaijus. Kaijus are always nice. Also, if you'd like to include instant fusion into the main deck to pull out your regen. So instant fusion destroys at the end of the turn, but his Book of Moon effect, if you choose to target himself and Book of Moon himself, it's just a free body on board. So now you have 2400 defense. In defense, it's just you pay 1000 for the instant fusion, whatever, and you got a free monster on board. And regardless, so next turn, if they can't get rid of it, flip it back over, you have its effects. It's a plus at that point. So just so you know. Regekis aren't too expensive. Dark holes do the trick if you're just wiping them out first. Called by the Grave, you got to play one of those. Actually, yeah, it wouldn't be bad to main deck one Called by the Grave. Just use the commons. There's common Cyclones, there's common Twisters. You know what it is. There's plenty of options. To each their own. I gave you the base. Let me know if you guys think of anything else. Any crazy combos or anything that you prefer to play instead inside your Magispector builds. It's been a minute since I played them. I've just been coming back and I'm excited. I'm excited to start smacking people with this. I'll be back in a little bit with an updated profile. Try and make it a little more meta for you tryhards out there. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.